The Big Bend battered by fierce winds, drenching rain, and radar-confirmed tornadoes. Governor DeSantis now declaring an emergency. We are live all across the Big Bend as residents, businesses, and schools try to pick up the pieces. Thank you for joining us at 6 tonight. I'm Julie Montanaro.
And I'm Jacob Murphy. Many in the capital city woke up to a terribly powerful storm, and in its aftermath, many of you sharing dramatic videos, images, and incredible stories. We've been working all day to cover the impact of the storm and understand the scope of the damage.
We have WCTV team coverage on the ground throughout Tallahassee. Brianna Shaw is checking on Leon County schools. We'll also check in on devastation at Railroad Square.
We are back on the ground across Tallahassee this evening, from local schools to Railroad Square, covering the widespread impact of Friday's storm. Few will forget anytime soon, and the concern that remains for severe weather still to come.
This mobile home park on Tallahassee's west side devastated by today's storms. Trees falling on several homes there. One woman telling us it was the scariest night of her entire life. Neighbors at the park just off 90 say this family that lived in this home had to escape through the windows that you can see boarded in this video to get out of their home because they were trapped. This park is just behind Seminole Mobile Home Supplies. Its roof torn off. This tower had stood since Hurricane Kate, and it was toppled in an instant. Life-changing suddenly for others in Greenwood Park Mobile Home Estates today. That's about a mile east of Capitol Circle southeast. Our Ava Van Valen spoke with folks out there. So let's take a look at the latest outage map showing a large amount of people without power, especially on the city's south side. Our Stacey Inez speaking with those leading efforts to turn the lights back on for everybody. Stacey, what is the city of Tallahassee saying about this process? Well, this video shows a down power line in Tallahassee sparking a small fire on the side of the road. It's one of many lines knocked down by the storm today. The city is reporting nearly 500 outages. That's over 70,000 customers impacted as of last check. Swanee Valley Electric Company also has thousands of people without power, about 17,000. Check out the damage on FSU's campus. This aerial footage showing the FSU circus absolutely destroyed, tents knocked down, and then there's damage at Dick Hauser Stadium. Fences there bent in, trash blowing around, the entire campus soaked through. Yeah, the campus closed today and crews are evaluating the damage and working to clean up. Let's turn now to Sports Director Ryan Kelly joining us live now from Dick Hauser Stadium. Ryan?
And now this. What's next? I can't handle any more of it.
A lot of people we talked to today had that same feeling as the rain was starting to fall. Now, we wanted to show you, this is a look at Google Maps from just 2 years ago. You can see this tree-lined street, pretty big, vibrant canopy there, and as they mentioned, that is no more. This drone footage, some of the most shocking we've seen. It's an aerial view of tornado damage at Tallahassee's Railroad Square. Many of the small business owners there trying to figure out what they are going to do now. That is not an easy task. Our Brianna Shaw spoke with the owners of North Flora Collective today. Brianna, what are their next steps to recovery? Our Capitol Bureau reporter Cody Butler has more on how state agencies are teaming up to help after this disaster and any others that might come during hurricane. Ahead at 6, a shocking decision. FAMU President Larry Robinson will soon step down from the post he's held for nearly 7 years. Thank you for joining us at 6 tonight. I'm Julie Montanaro. And I'm Jacob Murphy. The surprise announcement came this morning. The news has rippled through the FAMU community, now set to embark on a major transition. Dr. Robinson saying in his letter to FAMU's Board of Trustees today, quote, "My decision is made simply because I believe the timing is right for me, my family, and the FAMU community," end quote. The university says Robinson will take a year-long sabbatical and return as a professor. We do have team coverage from campus tonight. Brianna Shaw spoke to trustees about what's going to come next for the presidency. But first, we want to go to Abrea Ruffin. She's been speaking with students about the big announcement. Abrea, what do they have to say? He became a visiting professor back in 1995. He was a vice president and a provost multiple times, and he served as interim president 3 separate times before becoming president full-time in 2017. With all of those years of work at FAMU, Robinson leaves some big shoes to fill. It is now up to the Board of Trustees to decide who will step into those shoes. Brianna Shaw spoke with the board about what's going to happen next. Brianna, how's this transition going to work?
University president does step up. They will likely inherit some challenges on day one. Just 2 months ago, questions emerged about a historic donation from Gregory Jerami for $237 million. Jerami presented the big check at commencement. Days later, Robinson announced a pause on the donation. The board hired an outside firm to investigate. At the end of last month, the Florida Board of Governors raised concerns about the school's license exam pass rates, including in fields like pharmacy and law. And FAMU is also working through some housing issues. Just last week, the school said it received more than 1,000 returning housing applications in one day, leaving hundreds on a wait list.
FAMU isn't the only HBCU that needs a new president. The head of Talladega College in Alabama stepped down June 4th. Florida Memorial University's president stepped down later in the month. And Dillard University in New Orleans named an interim president on July 1st after its leader stepped down.
Hello and thank you for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Zach Dahlheimer. Abby has the night off. Now we want to show you the scope of what we're talking about. These are before and after photos of Doak Campbell Stadium with the most recent photo from today. Here's a photo from November of 2023, but take a look at this. This is from today here. A big difference from where we were in November.
Stage, you're taking a live look at the ceremony. Tonight, more than 150 students will receive their GEDs or technical certificates. Our Savannah Kelly is there right now. And Savannah, tell us more about the students graduating tonight.
Yeah, Jacob, this is an incredible group of students. The program is aimed at at-risk 16 to 24-year-olds. I'll share more from tonight's ceremony coming up at 11. But for now, reporting live in Tallahassee, Savannah Kelly, WCTV Eyewitness News.
Yeah, some of the best our community has to offer walking across that stage right now. Savannah, thanks so much.
Florida State plays as good as this croissant or croffle. We good for tomorrow.
All right. Perfect.
Everyone goes.
Yeah, that's where we're headed now. Back to y'all in the studio.
We good.
Goodness, yeah, we good. The croffle ain't awful, that's for sure. Okay, Allison and Madison, we've loved your reports all week long. Football at Gene Cox Stadium in less than an hour. Our football Friday night game of the week. Rickards, Goppy, not much more you want than that.
No, it's an exciting way to start the season, that's for sure. Cam Aaron is right there on the field for us. Cam, hopefully it's not too hot for the fans out there tonight.
Hey Julie, Jacob, you know what? It's the end of August. We could be baking in that summer heat. It's not too bad here at Gene Cox Stadium.
News out of Wakulla County. FHP says several Wakulla High School students were hurt in a serious crash on Crawfordville Highway this afternoon.
That road has been shut down for hours. Our Savannah Kelly just arrived at the point where traffic's getting rerouted. Savannah, what have you learned? We continue to follow breaking news out of Wakulla County this evening. A 4-car crash sending 5 people to the hospital this afternoon, and it shut down Crawfordville Highway for hours. We understand traffic is still being rerouted near Woodland Drive. We're continuing to follow breaking news. A jet crashed on I-75 in Naples today. At least 2 people have died. Take a look at this new photo we just got in the last hour. You can see the huge flames and black smoke, and look at the engine. It's also charred. According to initial reports, both of the plane's engines failed before the crash. Now we want to take you to live pictures. This is from an FDOT camera. You can see the jet's wreckage on the side of the road there next to all those fire trucks and police cars. The interstate completely shut down, of course. Here's what we know about the flight right now. This was a private charter flight from Ohio State University to Naples. The university says the flight was not affiliated with them. 5 people were on board. The plane crashed on the interstate, hitting at least 1 car. An airport official told our CBS affiliate there that 3 people made it out of the plane. We're working to learn if anyone on the interstate was hurt.
Thank you for joining us at 6 tonight. I'm Julie Montanaro.
And I'm Jacob Murphy. This primary is unusual because we already know who will get the nomination, with a rematch between Donald Trump and Joe Biden all but certain. That's not stopping us from bringing you team coverage tonight. Our Cody Butler at a polling place keeping tabs on voter turnout for us. We'll join Leon County Election Supervisor Mark Early for a live interview.
And our Zach Dahlheimer is in the studio with us, breaking down what this election could mean moving forward.
Primary voter turnout was at 30%. Reporting live in Tallahassee, Cody Butler, WCTV Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you so much, Cody. And here to break down what all of this means tonight, but what it could tell us about the election in the future is Donna Lana Atkinson, an elections analyst with FSU. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. First, we saw the numbers for the Florida's Republican presidential primary tonight. What do you make of not only looking at those numbers from a statewide perspective, but also here in our local counties?
Well, they look really consistent, not only here in the counties and across the state, but also across the nation. Very similar sort of numbers for the former president, sort of 70 to 80%, sometimes 90% in some of the especially more rural counties where he has just tremendous support.
And taking a look at this evening, what do we think could be ahead as we go into, more primaries and then, of course, into the general election?
Right, well, we have the road ahead of us.
For joining us at 11 on this election night, everybody, I'm Abby Walton.
And I'm Jacob Murphy. A lot of votes counted, and most of the races here locally have been called.
We have team coverage for you tonight across the Big Bend and all of Florida and Georgia. Savannah Kelly is following the race for Florida's Senate District 3 seat. Brianna Shaw with results on Leon County School Superintendent.
And our Capitol Bureau team in Orlando looking at big statewide changes, and our Capital City correspondent Matt Hoffman following a tight Tallahassee race.
We start tonight with that Tallahassee Commission seat. Curtis Richardson winning this evening to keep seat 2. The count tonight, 51% for him, 49% for former Mayor Dot Inman Johnson.
With more on this race, we head to Matt Hoffman now, who is live from Richardson's watch party. Matt, what was the mood there tonight?
Reporting in Tallahassee, Savannah Kelly, WCTV Eyewitness News.
All right, thanks for that report tonight, Savannah.
We bring in now Zach Dahlheimer, who's been following the numbers local and nationwide as they come in tonight. Zach, what do you have for us?
As it does so, it's going to collect temperature, dew points, and it also has a GPS in it. So with that GPS, we're able to calculate not only the pressure level it's at, but also how fast it's moving. So between 0.1, 0.2, calculates the wind, so it helps us calculate the wind speed as well.
Yeah, and how does this balloon technology help people prepare for the storms like the one that we're expecting here tonight?
It gives us a good idea of what the atmosphere is like above us.
Florida's legislative session less than 24 hours away. It begins tomorrow with the governor's State of the State address, but leaders are already gathered in the capital city.
Stacey Inez is downtown right now. Stacey, business owners have got to be happy. All the lawmakers and lobbyists are back.
He's got my gun. He's got my gun. I'm shot.
Some terrifying moments as an officer is shot outside a Tallahassee motel. TPD releasing body cam video of that violent struggle just hours ago. Thank you for joining us at 6 to 9. I'm Julie Montanaro.
And I'm Jacob Murphy. That shooting happened less than 2 weeks ago as the officer tried to arrest a trespassing suspect outside the Loyalty Inn on North Monroe Street.
That suspect, Willis Adams, is now accused of attempted homicide. Our Savannah Kelly is joining us in the studio. Savannah, you had a chance to watch the entirety of that body cam footage. What does it show?